So what are we talking about when we talk about the zone of proximal development? What we're referring to is the distance between an actual developmental level as determined by what a person or child can do on their own and what they can do in collaboration with more capable peers. So if you look at this graphic on the right, you have at the bottom, I can do by myself, and at the top, these are things that you can't do. Even with help, you couldn't do that. In the middle is what we call the zone of proximal development. These are the things that you can do if you get assistance. And according to Vygotsky, good learning creates the zone of proximal development. It awakens internal processes that can operate when the child is interacting with others. And this happens by a process he referred to as scaffolding. So if you think of scaffolding in a building context, it's what goes up around the building as the structure is created, and then once it can stand on its own, the scaffolding is taken away. The same idea applies in terms of learning and cognitive development. Scaffolding can take many forms. It can be modeling, it can be thinking aloud, asking questions, adapting materials to a developmental level, as well as prompts and cues. These are all forms of scaffolding that help create this zone of proximal development. The important thing to remember about this zone of proximal development concept is it's not static. It doesn't just stay still. It shifts as the child learns new skills and knowledge. So development involves a sequence of constantly changing zone of proximal development. So the thing that you could do with help yesterday through that scaffolding process and the intermental to intramental later becomes something that you can do by yourself. And the thing that you could do, the thing that you couldn't do even with help, now you can do that with help. So that zone of proximal development shifts upwards as new levels of mastery occur.